What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggle's TV Daily Rewind. It's where we go back a week and talk about all of the tech news from the past week. And so 7 days of videos in one single video. And this video is all about, at least a lot of it is about the Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL. A lot of news came out about that phone, the prices, the official specs, what comes inside the box, all kinds of stuff. I've also got news on the Galaxy Tab S6 5G version, Note news, Fold news, all kinds of stuff, guys. So check out the video. Let me know what your favorite news stories of the week. And also, I'm recording this on my Galaxy Tab S6, the tablet itself. So it's always, I don't even know where the camera is, but I'm assuming it's over here to the left. So that's why I'm looking over there. Hopefully I'm not looking like Helen Keller, like, oh, where is it? Anyways, enjoy the show. Let's get into the tech news. As you can see, I am back from Hawaii. Had a long flight back. It takes about 5 hours, and then we flew into Los Angeles, but I live in San Diego because it was a better deal to fly that way, and then we ended up flying Los Angeles to San Diego, which is literally like a 25-minute flight. Super quick, but we had a layover. Ended up being about 7 hours of travel, so a little bit tired. Got up today. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about it. Let's get into the news. First story of the day is if you have a Galaxy Fold, which is probably all but none of you, but if you do, or if you're curious about Galaxy Fold news, there is some exclusive themes in the theme store on your Galaxy Fold. So all you're gonna do is, press and hold on the home screen, click on themes at the bottom there, and then you'll be able to see there's gonna be like a banner. You just click that, exclusive themes. And again, you can download exclusive themes that kind of change the look of your Galaxy Fold, which I think is cool. Why not? If they're, you're paying $2,000, give me some exclusive stuff, and they obviously do that. So it's nice to see that Samsung's, giving you a little bit extra for free. And our last story of the day, very, very slow news day, is all about the Galaxy S10. Now, as you know, I've talked about this even last week, is that the Galaxy S10 and Note 10 are virtually, in a lot of ways anyway, minus the S Pen, turning into a very, very, very similar phone over the last couple of years. Spec-wise, they've been very close. Even software-wise, they've been fairly close, and they're adding even more features to the S10 to match it up with the Note 10. So the AR Doodle is one of the new things. That's when, at least on the Galaxy Note 10, you pop out your S Pen, you have at the bottom AR Doodle, and when you go into AR Doodle, you can go in here and kind of record a video, and it'll find your face or whatever you want and draw on it and do all kinds of stuff with the S Pen. Well, it's a little bit different on the Galaxy S10. The way you do it on that phone is you open the camera app, and then you switch to video mode. Then you hit the AR Doodle icon in the top right corner of the display. And then you can switch between face and everywhere mode depending upon if someone's face is near you or there. And then you can just start doodling on the screen with your finger. You don't have to use a S Pen, obviously, because you don't have an S Pen. So that is how you AR Doodle on your Galaxy S10. Again, this update will be coming out periodically for these phones. It's out for, I've seen people in Europe, but America, I don't think it's out. At least I haven't seen that it's out just yet. You guys will probably have to wait until 2 years from now before you get it, but no, that's a joke. You'll probably end up getting that over the next few months or month here from here on out with more Note 10 features built into the S10 line of phones. Let's get into the tech news. There has not been a new Nvidia Shield piece of hardware since 2017, and now it's 2019 going into 2020, and it looks like a new piece of hardware is on its way. You can see a new Nvidia Shield hardware passes through Bluetooth SIG, hinting at coming release. And what they think this is going to be is a dongle of some sorts that is basically an Nvidia Shield. So if you know what the Amazon Fire TV Stick, this would be very similar to that. So it's just gonna be a little dongle that plugs directly into your TV, and then it's gonna be able to play games, have them be streamed. You'll be able to stream your media, all that kind of stuff. I doubt there's gonna be a USB port on there for you to plug in, like USB drives and things like that. So it's really probably gonna be more of a streamer. You stream your media, you stream your games, you stream everything from it. You're not storing really anything on there. So this is probably gonna be a low cost Nvidia Shield. I think it's a fantastic idea. Get the budget market, because it's still a fairly expensive device. I think it's what, 150, 175, 200 bucks, something like that. If they can get this into the $50 to $100 range, I think it has a chance. Next up, if you have a Google Pixel phone, Google is rolling out a personal safety app that will alert certain contacts when you get in a car accident. This is very, very cool, actually. I've never seen an app like this. I know Apple has one when you fall, but this one is cool. It has car crash detection, and you can tap your OK, or you can call 911 real quickly, or it'll automatically contact your emergency contacts to let them know that you've been in an accident, and it should give them your location and again that you've been in an accident. I think this is an awesome idea. And the last story of the day is those long rumored noise canceling USB-C headphones that were supposed to be, at least from rumors in the beginning, to be in the box of the Galaxy Note 10, but weren't, because the one we got weren't noise canceling. Look to be up for sale, at least in Korea, and this is the page right here. I did the translation in terms of money. It looks like it's $65 American. And again, these aren't available on the American website just yet, but this is what they look like. They're blue or black. They look blue to me, but whatever. Blue and black. USB-C active noise canceling headphones. And you can see listen to music, not noise. You can use freely without charging, so okay, great, but it takes up your charging port, remember that, so you're gonna have to wirelessly charge if you wanna be able to use these if your phone's battery is dying. But nonetheless, kind of cool that they're releasing these finally, and they'll be noise canceling and they're USB-C. And hopefully they'll be for sale on Samsung worldwide websites very, very soon. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is a new press photo has been leaked out for the Google Pixel 4, and this comes from Evan Blass, and this isn't anything we have not seen before, but you still probably want to see it. Shows off the new wallpaper that you'll be able to use on the phone. Shows October 15th, which is the launch of the phone, and the cameras on the back. And speaking of the Pixel launch, there's also rumors of new headphones coming out by Google. If you remember, they do have the Pixel Buds, which are wireless earbuds, but they have a wire, obviously. They're still wireless, like Bluetooth connectivity. The Pixel Bud 2s, we don't know if they're gonna still have a wire or not. I would highly expect this to have no wires at all. I mean, that's the where we're going with headphones these days, is no wires at all, completely wireless. So I really hope that these Pixel Bud 2s have no wire at all, just completely wireless. We'll have to wait and see, but it looks like a fairly strong rumor that these will come out with the launch of the Pixel 4. Next up, if you have a Galaxy S10 and you've gotten updates recently for it, you probably have the new hyperlapse for the front video. Now, it's always been on the back, but now on the front camera, it's also been added. You might not have it, you might have it. It just depends if you've gotten the latest updates for that phone. If you don't have it now, you should have it in another month or two or so, especially if you're here in America. But regardless, you'll be able to do hyperlapse video on the front, so it's a nice feature that Samsung added. And the last story of the day is Samsung is getting ready to launch their first 5G tablet. Now, 5G, as you know, is a successor to LTE, aka 4G, which is speeds that you get with your cellular network. And this 5G will be the Galaxy Tab S6. It looks like it might only come out in South Korea, which, don't worry, 5G is highly overrated at this point. It's almost nowhere, and even when it does connect, it's for like half a block. It's so not ready, at least here in America. Maybe Korea it is, because they have it's a smaller country and they're probably more densely populated in terms of certain areas. But right now, 5G is not that important right here in America, and probably the rest of the world as well. So, but yeah, still cool that Samsung should be releasing this tablet very, very soon in 5G flavors. Thanks. Let's get into the tech news. First story of the day is we have more official photos of the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. Yesterday we had the black one, as you can see right here, and these come from Evan Blass, who leaked these out. We also have the 4 XL in white, which is the one I would like to get. I think this is the best looking color of them all, at least from what I've seen from the renders. It's cool. All white, black camera, looks like a panda bear with the big bezels on the top and the front. And then on the other photo, we have the Oso orange one. And yeah, I think it's cool. At least they're going for a grab here in terms of originality with this kind of coral looking color for this phone. I don't know, which color do you guys like the best? White, black, or coral? And our last story of the day is Microsoft announced a bunch of new products yesterday for their Surface launch. A lot of laptops. They announced new earphones, which are, I don't know, those things look kind of ugly, I ain't gonna lie. Those headphones don't look right. But the coolest thing that they announced is a new Android smartphone called the Microsoft Duo. This thing is awesome. It's basically two displays, and I know some of you into LG has something like this already, and they do. I'm not gonna not admit that, but this looks cooler. Microsoft Duo. So it's gonna run Android, and it's made by Microsoft. It's gonna come out holiday 2020, and like I said, it's basically dual displays. So when you see it, it's two 5.5-inch displays, and you can, when it's closed up, it ends up being like an 8-inch phone diagonally when it's in your pocket, or you're just holding it when it's closed up. And then after that, though, you can have apps run onto each other on the screen. You can use two apps independently of each other on here. You can use a digital S Pen, or whatever you want to call it, a digital pen on here. So I don't know if it's going to come with a pen or if you'll have to buy it separately, but this is sure to give Samsung and everyone else a run for their money. It's really funny because I've been thinking about, I'm like, when's Microsoft going to release an Android phone that people actually want? I mean, this might even be their first Android phone, if I remember correctly. I'm very, very stoked about this. This should be an awesome phone. I mean, it should run the latest and greatest hardware at the time when it comes out next year, which will probably end up being like the Snapdragon 865 or whatever processor they have out there. Then I would assume this is going to be very expensive as well. I would assume it's probably going to be in that $1,000, maybe $1,500 range. But if it's coming out, and I think the problem that happens though is that Samsung's foldable phone will be out then as well. Their second generation phone is probably going to be very similar to this, or maybe even a lot, or who knows, maybe even a lot better than this. But I mean, this thing looks cool. I'm very excited about this. Hopefully my shirt isn't blinding you. If it is, put on your shades and let's get into the news. The first story of the day is if you're looking to buy a Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus with either 512 gigabytes of storage or 1 terabyte of storage, you maybe should, because there's a nice deal going on right now on Samsung.com, have it be the carrier versions or the unlocked version. So for the 512 gigabyte version, you'll save $200 off the regular price. And for the 1 terabyte version, you'll save up to $300. Now remember, the 1 terabyte version comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM. The 512 comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM. And then also you can still do the trade-in up to $500 off. And then the other part of that is you can also save 10% off any watch wearable when you buy S10, S10 Plus, or S10e, and still get your $300 off the phone as well. And the last story of the day is about the Samsung Galaxy S11. You might be wondering, when is this phone going to launch? Well, it looks like it's going to launch in February. At least that's what's coming from Sam Mobile and a source they have. It looks like it's going to launch in the 3rd week of February, which their source has mentioned possibly the date of February 18th, 2020, which is a Tuesday. That kind of makes sense to me. It also could end up being February 19th. I could have swore they usually do these on Wednesdays. I could be wrong. They also said that it's looking to probably launch in San Francisco like they did last year. So it'd be nice, especially for me, if I go to this event. San Francisco is a lot closer than New York City is. It's a lot easier of a flight. So yeah, that'd be cool. So it looks like late 3rd week of February. You're also looking at San Francisco, and then the other part of that is usually when they announce these phones, it launches 2 weeks later, at least releases 2 weeks later. So that would be in the March. At that point, the 1st week of March is when that should launch. It's usually a Friday. March 3rd, that would be the Friday. So it's probably March 3rd is going to be the actual release date if the 3rd week of February ends up being the actual launch of the phone. So before we get into the sad news of the day, no, it's not that I shaved my head. Why did I shave my head? We'll talk about it at the end of the video. Anyways, guys, sad news of the day is that Steve Jobs, this is the day he actually passed away, October 5th. It was 8 years ago today, and if you don't know who Steve Jobs is, which would be crazy, but if you didn't know, basically he helped found Apple computers, and then he helped make them evolve into this, amazing technology company that now makes some of the most popular and amazing products today. They were basically my first. It was my first iPod. Obviously, I had the second generation. I had the 20 gig iPod. I started off with that, and then I worked my way over to the iPhone 3G, and then I got a MacBook, and then just evolved into that iPads, and I was super into Apple products. Eventually, I got onto Android, but I would say if it wasn't for Steve Jobs and his vision of where smartphones should go, we might not be where we are today, or we might be even years back from now from where it should be. So I don't know, kind of obviously an interesting person, and again, today was his 8th year death anniversary. Next up, from all indications, the Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL look to be coming out for all 4 major carriers here in the United States. That would include AT&T, which has never been on, Verizon, T-Mobile, and Sprint. So if you're looking to purchase this phone, you're not going to have to do it just from Google if you don't want to. It looks like you're also going to be able to purchase it from all 4 major carriers here in the United States. That is amazing news, because a lot of people, I know you guys still buy your phones directly from the carrier. And the other cool part about this, Pixels are just like iPhones in terms of they usually don't have bloatware on them, meaning they're not gonna have like Verizon apps and some Spotify app and a Facebook app that's already pre-installed. It might come with some pre-installed apps from the carrier, but you can uninstall them, not just disable them, uninstall them. So that doesn't bother me as much. I mean, I don't like it, but it's better than, not being able to uninstall. So I love this, that the Pixel phones are looking to be launching on all 4 major carriers here in the US. And the last story of the day is the official specs have leaked out for the Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL. Let's take a look. So both phones will come with 90 hertz displays and ambient EQ. So that's the 90 hertz is the ultra smooth displays. The 5.7 inch will be the Pixel 4 with it, and that's gonna be full HD plus, basically 1080p plus display. And then the Pixel 4 XL will be 6.3 Quad HD plus, which is gonna be 2K plus display. Batteries 2800 on the Pixel 4, 3700 on the XL. Both will have a Snapdragon 855 with a Pixel Neural Core, 6 gigabytes of RAM, and also 64 gigabytes of storage and 128 gigabytes of storage. As for the cameras, 12 megapixel dual pixel and a 16 megapixel telephoto, so no ultra wide on here, unfortunately. Stereo speakers, USB-C charging, and headphones obviously as well. Face unlock, so you can unlock the phone with your face. There is no fingerprint sensor. Motion sense, that's going to be where you can basically wave your hand in front of the phone and make it do different things. Titan M security module, and Android OS with 3 years of security and operating system updates. 2 big takeaways to take from this. One of them I already mentioned is no fingerprint sensor on this phone. They're going the way that iPhone is doing with just face unlock on there. Obviously, you'll be able to use the screen lock and unlock, meaning like you can put a code in or a pattern or something like that. But the other only biometric way is going to be with your face. I kind of got used to it when I was using the iPhone, so it doesn't bother me that much. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? The other big part of it is that both phones are almost the same exact, at least the major things, and that being, processor, RAM, and storage. So you don't have to worry about that. Really the 2 big things missing from each phone or different is the screen size and the resolution. One's 1080p, one's 2K, and then battery size, one's 2800, one's 3700. But if you want the smaller phones, which I have a video about these cases coming out later, this is the Pixel 4, this is the Pixel 4 XL. These are the size differences, but again, I'm gonna put a video out on these cases relatively in the next day or 2 that you can watch. And there's a big difference, those size differences obviously. So if you want a smaller phone, you'll be happy knowing you're gonna get spec-wise mostly the same kind of phone with the 4 versus the 4 XL, just in a smaller version of it. Happy Sunday, everybody. And what do we have today? Nothing but Pixel news. Let's check it out. First story of the day. I should have mentioned this yesterday, but it just went over my head. Anyways, if you want to know what comes officially in the box with the Pixel 4 and 4 XL phone, here is what comes inside the box. So you're going to get the phone, obviously one phone. You're also going to get a USB-C cable. You can see USB-C to USB-C 2.0 cable. You also get a power adapter, 18-watt USB-C charger. So it's not as fast as what you get with Samsung. Out of the box, Samsung's 25 watt. And then you can buy a additional one for slightly faster for 45 watt. It also comes with a quick switch adapter. So when you want to transfer your data over from one phone to your Pixel phone, you can do that with this tool. It also comes with a SIM tool, so you can pop out your SIM card. And then lastly, a quick start guide to go over how to use your phone. Now, two things that are missing from this that might disappoint people. One, a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone adapter. This did come with the phone the last couple of years. It does not this year. I kind of understand why they're doing this, kind of understand why they're not. I would still like them to see them do this for the next few years, but it looks like, as you know, Samsung didn't do it, Apple doesn't do it now, and now Pixel phones don't do it as well. So if you're gonna want regular headphones, you're gonna have to purchase an extra adapter. It's only like $7 or $8 on Best Buy. I'll link it down below if you want to pick one up. I've actually already done a video on this kind of thing. But yeah, kind of unfortunate that the adapter doesn't come in the box. The other thing that doesn't come inside the box, and it did last year, USB-C headphones. So no headphones, no adapter to use older headphones. So you're gonna have to use your own headphones or purchase your headphones. Most people at this point own Bluetooth headphones, but if you want wired headphones and you don't have any, you're gonna have to purchase them or an adapter. So kind of unfortunate, but something to keep in mind if you're deciding to get the Pixel 4 or Pixel 4 XL. And then lastly, this tweet comes from Evan Blass. He put out a pricing update for Canada. So Canada, obviously, we'll go through the American pricing, but you can see Pixel 4 phone pricing is for the 64 gig. It's $1049 for the 128. It's $1199, so $150 more for extra 128 for extra double the storage. And then if you want the 4XL 64, it's $1199, which is the same price as the 4 128. And then for the 4XL, it's $1359. Now you can see its conversion, it's about 75 cents American per Canadian dollar. So American prices are gonna be slightly lower. And then as you can see, the American price is a little bit less. You can get it for the 64 4 is $788, the 4 128 is $901, the 4XL 64 is $901, and then the 4XL 128 is $1021. Now these are just rumored pricing. This is something he's getting from a quote unquote source. So keep in mind these prices might be different. I feel like at this point these prices are too high. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe the phone's gonna blow me away when I play with it, but the prices do seem kind of high for a phone that's going to try to compete with iPhones and other Galaxy phones and whatever other phone that's very, very popular out there. It's competing against OnePlus, which is a lower price than these phones. So we'll see how it turns out. Maybe the prices will be lower. Maybe the phone will be completely amazing in every regard. But yeah, just something to keep in mind with the prices. They might be kind of high again this year. Same as the Pixel 3 and 3 XL. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every single day. My question out to you guys is, what do you guys think about the pricing for the Pixel 4 and 4 XL? If these prices stand, is this still a phone you're gonna get even though the prices are slightly high, or is it something you will wait until they drop in price when they have a sale or what? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys down the road. Peace!